Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here with a severe weather update. I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still feeling a little bit congested, so just bear with me here in the video. But I am a little bit better than yesterday. So let's get down to business. We have a nasty day across the south, a dangerous day across the southern U.S. today. So, with an unusual late December tornado outbreak expected today. So we have a moderate risk for severe weather today, then encompasses in the red areas. So the moderate risk encompasses far east central Texas, central Louisiana, central Mississippi, and west central Alabama. We have an enhanced risk in the orange today that covers East Central Texas, northern and central Louisiana, portions of south central and central Mississippi, and western Alabama, and the very far extreme northwestern tip of the Florida Panhandle. And we have a slight today that covers the very far extreme southeastern tip of Oklahoma, eastern Texas, far southern and extreme northwestern Louisiana, southwestern and southeastern Arkansas, southern Tennessee, northern Mississippi, much of Alabama, northwestern Georgia, and western part of the Florida Panhandle. That slight is in the yellow. And we have a marginal today that covers portions of Texas, extreme southeastern Oklahoma, central Arkansas, far southeastern Louisiana, much of Tennessee, the central part of the Florida Panhandle, far southeastern Alabama, much of Georgia, northwestern South Carolina, and northwestern South Carolina and southwestern North Carolina. And the marginal is in the dark green. So going to the tornado threat for today, we have a 15% chance of tornadoes today that covers far east central Texas, parts of Louisiana, portions of central Mississippi, and west central Alabama. And we have a 10% chance of tornadoes today that covers east central Texas, parts of Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, parts of Mississippi, and western Alabama, as well as the extreme northwestern part of the Florida Panhandle. And you look at the black dashed areas within the 10% and the 15% are the greatest chance, or highest chance. I don't want to say greatest because tornadoes are not a good thing. But within the black dashed area that encompasses the 10% and the 15% areas, the black dashed areas is where we have the highest potential to see strong tornadoes of EF2 or higher, and it's looking very likely that there could be those strong, long-track tornadoes today. So this is going to be a really nasty day and dangerous day across the southern U.S., especially within that 10% and 15% areas today for tornadoes. So once you get outside of those areas, the tornado threat becomes more isolated, but not zero, because there's a 5% chance of an isolated tornado today that covers portions of eastern Texas, portions of Arkansas, parts of extreme northwestern and southern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, much of Alabama, south central Tennessee, northwestern Georgia, and the western part of the Florida Panhandle. And there's a 2% chance of an isolated tornado today that encompasses portions of Texas, the extreme southeastern corner of Oklahoma, a small part of central Arkansas, far southeastern Louisiana, parts of Tennessee, central Florida Panhandle, extreme southeastern Alabama, and parts of Georgia. Going to the wind threat for today, we have a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that encompasses portions of east central Texas. Don't make a update on me, but anyway, There's a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that encompasses portions of east central Texas, far southeastern Arkansas, much of Louisiana, much of Mississippi, western Alabama, and the very far extreme northwestern tip of the Florida Panhandle. And there's a black dashed area that encompasses far east central Texas, parts of Louisiana, portions of much of Mississippi, and southwestern or west central Alabama, I should say. The black dashed area today is where they have a 10% chance of seeing hurricane-force wind gusts of 74 miles per hour higher. And again, that black dashed area is where we have the highest potential of seeing hurricane-force wind gusts of 74 miles per hour or higher. And there's a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today. That encompasses parts of Texas, southwestern and southeastern Arkansas, southern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, southern Tennessee, much of Alabama, the western part of the Florida Panhandle, and northwestern Georgia. And there's a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today. That encompasses portions of eastern Texas, extreme southeastern Oklahoma, a small part of central Arkansas, far southeastern Louisiana, much of Tennessee, the central Florida Panhandle, far southeastern Alabama, much of Georgia, and I think I mentioned most of Tennessee, extreme northwestern South Carolina, and southwestern North Carolina. And going to the hail threat today, there is a 15% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today that encompasses parts of eastern Texas, extreme southeastern Oklahoma, southern Arkansas, much of Louisiana, much of Mississippi, and western Alabama, or west central and southwestern Alabama, and a 5% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today. That encompasses parts of Texas, far southeastern Oklahoma, central Arkansas, southeastern Louisiana, southwestern Tennessee, northern Mississippi, much of Alabama, the western part of the Florida Panhandle, and northwestern Georgia. So, and going to the summary for today, tornadoes, some strong with at least EF2 damage possible. Severe gusts and hail are expected today into tonight. The threat area will shift eastward from parts of north and central Texas early, across East Texas and the lower Mississippi Valley today, then over the Tennessee Valley, parts of Georgia, and the central Gulf Coast tonight. So, that's your Day 1 Outlook. I'm going to have a separate video on the Day 2 Outlook, which will come out very soon, so please stay safe across the southern U.S. today, because this is going to be a very active day with tornadoes. So, really remain vigilant today. This is going to be a dangerous day for those areas. So, stay safe in the affected areas today, and I'm gonna have my Day 2 Outlook soon. So, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the Day 2 Outlook, which will come out very soon.